Some LGUs in Metro Manila are now scrambling to issue new quarantine passes for their residents ahead of the 2-week enhanced community quarantine. But the DILG clarifies that essential workers will no longer need these passes as long as they have their company IDs. Laila Pangilinan with the details.
Just a few days before the start of the re-implementation of ECQ in Metro Manila, residents lined up in Barangay Veterans QC to get their new quarantine passes. Old quarantine passes will be replaced with a uniform pass valid for use in the whole city. The ID-sized quarantine pass has a logo of the QC LGU on the upper left and the logo of the corresponding barangay on the upper right-hand corner. It also has a seal to avoid counterfeiting. To prevent unauthorized use, residents must affix their photo on the quarantine pass for proper identification.
So yung luma po natin na quarantine pass, hindi na po natin i-honor yon kasi doon sa ating patakaran na isa lang kada pamilya. We want that not to happen, yung nagkakaroon ng 2, 3 sa isang pamilya. Para masunod po natin yung guidelines po natin na 1 every household po ang quarantine pass.
Each barangay in Quezon City has its own database to ensure that only 1 quarantine pass per household will be issued. Other barangay officials in Quezon City even went from house to house to distribute quarantine passes. In Muñoz Market, residents who have not secured new quarantine passes will also be denied once the ECQ is in effect.
Nandyan po kami sa Muñoz Market, umpisa pa lamang po ng alas 5 ng umaga. Come August 6 para i-monitor yung flow ng tao na papasok po sa palengke.
Wendy, who owns a small eatery, is already planning her menu for the next 2 weeks to avoid having to go to the market.
Nag-i-stock na lang po ng mga pwedeng i-stock na mga lulutuin para po hindi na madalas na nasa palengke, hindi na din tayo makasalamuha po sa mga maraming tao.
She will also reduce her food choices from 12 to 4 kinds of viand to avoid spoilage during the lockdown.
Malaki po talaga mami nawawala. Talaga pong halos parang minsan break even na lang po yung nangyayari. O kaya po yung malibre na lang po ng pagkain maghapon, malaking bagay na po yun. Wala po tayong magagawa, talagang ganun. Kailangan naman po nating sumunod talaga. Tsaka para din po talaga makaiwas na rin po sa sakit. Mag-ingat po talaga.
The MMDA, on the other hand, said that it's the LGU's decision if they will be issuing new quarantine passes for the upcoming Metro Manila lockdown.
Ang quarantine passes po ay ang mga LGUs na po, ang mga mayors na mag-i-issue kung ano pong ginawa nila nung araw sapagkat gahol na po kami sa oras. Nasa mga mayors na rin po ito.
The Interior Department added that essential workers and APORs or authorized person outside of residences are not required to secure a quarantine pass in the event that their LGU decides to issue one.
Ang ayon po dun sa sa guidelines natin kasi Kapit, kung natatandaan mo, noon frontliner lang ang aside dun sa binibigyan natin ng quarantine pass, yung frontliner lang ang pwede lumabas. Ito yung tao sa ospital, tao sa grocery at saka tao sa butika. Tapos ngayon, inallowed na natin nga yung mga naghahanap buhay.
The DILG also reminds barangay officials that apprehending violators does not equal to punishing or inflicting harm on them.
Naglabas na din tayo ng mga direktiba na pwede tayong manita pero never, hindi tayo pwedeng manakit. Kung huhulihin ninyo, hindi nyo paparusahan. It is only the court ang pwedeng magparusa dyan. Ang unang sabi nga, papakiusapan natin pauwiin, pero pagka lumaban, that's the time na pwede na siyang maaresto.
For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, We Are One News.